What's good with y'all? I ain't gonna lie. Normally I don't record videos back to back, but I really got some spare free time on my hands right now, so I'm here again making another video. Now I remember I was chilling with my homeboy, right? If y'all don't know, he the dude that I be chilling with on the game. If you look back at some of my YouTube shorts, I mean, we be having a good time, you feel me? But I asked him about a topic I should speak on, and he said something about losing a friend or like losing someone close to you. And I think I've made a video on this previously, but I think I only spoke like a little bit on it. So I want to reiterate some of
Just so
the
y'all
things
know,
that I may
for a
have
valid
said
note
or
and
may
address,
not have said.
I
You
don't
feel
think
me?
nobody trying to watch me
Now,
kill bugs
for
or
anyone who
kill 4 bugs and just return
is
home,
in
so
a
I can do this one on
situation
my free time.
where
But back to the main story.
they feel like they need to let go of somebody, the first thing that you should know is that you are okay with or without that person. You need to reassure yourself of that and remember that. I don't care who you are, how strong or weak you may feel you are, how dependent you might think you are, you will be okay. You are okay. Because the truth is, you don't need nobody in this world except God. But again, that's a topic for another video. But you don't need nobody in this world. No human being do you need outside of yourself. Because honestly, you can't truly rely on nobody outside of yourself. When it comes down to it, only you know truly how you are. And you need to remember that, because I've noticed that a lot of people try to hold on to not just people who aren't good for them, but people are who they're comfortable with. You get what I'm saying? Even if someone is poisonous to us, we still tend to try to hold them close because they have created such a place in our hearts, right? And I understand it. Like, I really do. And I don't judge you for doing it. But what I do know is, I like to think of it like a tree. Think of yourself as like an apple tree or whatever fruit you like. It don't matter to me. Just think of yourself as a tree that bears fruit. And think of the things of this world as your branches. You know, we got people as our branches, jobs, things that anything you have an attachment to, view it as a branch, right? Now let's say you, as a tree, are bearing amazing fruit. Like, you got the highest of quality apples. You feel me? Like, I'm sorry, these apples they'd make the best apple juice. You feel me? These Jones finna smack, you know what I mean? They mad fruitful. But let's say one of them branches that was bearing all them good apples gets infected with a poison. Now you got a choice. You feel me? You can either let go of that branch and regrow it, which will take some hurt, some pain, some dedication, or you can let that poisonous branch stay, but in doing so, over time, it poisons the rest of the tree. Now, the reason I try to think of life like that is because that's how things are. When someone is bad for you, when they do wrong by you a lot, keeping them in your life just because it's the comfortable thing to do doesn't mean it's what's best for you. It's always best to let go of those who hurt you more than they help you. And I'm not just saying that just because it's what I think. It's what I've seen. It's what I've felt. It's what I know. You know what I mean? Because there is no pain worse than looking into the mirror and realize you are the one who's been poisoned. And it hurts even more when you realize you could have been stopped it. Right? Now, I could sit here and I could talk about that forever. So let me move on to the next point. The second thing about letting someone go or losing a friend is it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be this sad, gloomy, oh, I'll never see them again sort of scenario. And a lot of us try to make it like that. Just, I don't know, out of habit, I guess. But it doesn't need to be that way. A lot of the times when we lose people, we correlate it with, like losing a loved one and, oh, we're going to miss out and never experience that good again. And that's just not true. That's not how life works. You feel me? And I know I'm young. To some people I'm old, to some people I'm young. I know I do got a lot of life to live, God willing. But I know a little bit about how life works. And I know that's not a part of it. That's not a quality. You feel what I'm saying? There's a saying that I heard. It goes something like, do not cry that it's over, but smile that it happened. And I think that's something that you should remind yourself with. If you feel like you are losing someone, or that you have to let go, or that you've already lost someone, you shouldn't cry because the friendship is over or the connection is gone. But rather smile that you got to experience such a joyful and fruitful connection. Because whether you agree with it or not, there's people out here who will never get to experience that deep of a connection with people. There's a lot of people who have yet to do so. There are people who have died who have never been able to feel that love of a friendship, of having a best friend or whatever it may be. Or maybe you're one of the only people who got to see that side of that person, the good in somebody. So be grateful for that. You don't need to cry. Now, of course, losing someone is hard. There's going to be tears that are shed. It's natural. And there's nothing wrong with being sad about it. But there's nothing to dwell over. Because the reason why things in life are so beautiful is because they're temporary. It doesn't matter when. It's important to always know that things will end. They will. It doesn't matter who it is you're talking to or what it is you're doing. There's always an end to everything. That's also a quality of life. Nothing is forever. But that's why it's so beautiful. And that's also why I feel like you should cherish the moments that you did have. Or that you even have now. Because you won't always be able to have those moments. You won't always have those memories. There's a lot of memories that you may have had about your past that you forgot about. That were good memories, great memories. But the only thing that you can remember is missing out and letting go. So it's like the good is being overshadowed by the bad. So learn to let go of some of those bad things, those bad thoughts. You feel me? Because it ain't gonna do you no good when you look back at someone that you were once so close with and you feel hatred. Well, now who has to deal with that hatred besides you? Are you gonna project it onto the other people you love and hurt other people just because you don't know how to take care of yourself and your emotions? That's not fair. So learn to look back and be grateful and just cherish them. You feel me? Alright, I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to rant so long, so I think I'm gonna just cut that right there. You feel me? That's all that's put on my heart right now. But hey, if you made it this far, I really do appreciate you. Hey, that's really it. I ain't gonna lie, that's all she wrote. I wish y'all nothing but the best. Y'all have an amazing day though.